And then we have a little browse to the west here. And then we can see, oh, yes, Newfoundland, Labrador, very pissed. Caribbean, very angry. Africa, oh, so red. So angry. Tried to build the resistance here and it didn't go up. I guess it really is inaccessible. Nobody here to get mad, right? Hey, I'm FeedBackGaming. This is Hearts of Iron 4. I may sound different, but do not be alarmed, because this video will be different too. Everything about this video will be completely different. Single player, new game, 1936. We're going to be playing as United Kingdom, but not only United Kingdom, a British-less British Empire. Regular, historical, here we go. Hey, I made a video on Italy, where I did a historically accurate Italy. Did you watch that video? You probably should watch it. It's very good. It got 10 out of 10 ratings, 5 stars, featured Uber driver. Click on it. It's in the top right there. Give it a click. It's a good video. That's enough of Italy. Let's talk about the UK. Let's see what a historically accurate United Kingdom would be. And you're thinking, no, Dave, don't do that. This is a historical accurate game already. Look, it's Britain with its empire. The sun never sets, right? Right? Wrong. If anyone knows anything about British history, is that we were a bit of an arse with the rest of the world. And the rest of the world practically hate us. And they still do. And how do we recreate that in Hearts of Iron 4? Well, there's a new system that they added in the Resistance called Resistance. Bruh. And this reflects how pissed off the locals are. In Labrador, inhabited by 22,000 golden retrievers, have no resistance because golden retrievers aren't very smart. But what if they were smart? Teal key, resistance, 100. And now look, the inhabitants of Labrador, they are so mad. Wow. Historical. Chance of sabotage 100%. Man, I love those odds. And then what if we did that with everyone? Newfoundland? Newfound? Is it still new as of today? Think not. 100% resistance. Ah, here we go. Bahamas, 100% resistance. South Bahamas, 100% resistance. Jamaica, 100% resistance. I bless the resistance down in Africa. Oh, look, an unoccupied area of Africa. North Darfur. Such a silly game. A nation has a core on land you can't even move into. 8,000 people live here. Come on, Paradox. Nobody lives here. But resistance 100% regardless. Oof, they look so mad. What do we have here? Broken shield. An even broken shield. A dude raising his arm into the air. And the dude looks incredibly happy to see me. Now we enter the more controversial areas of the world. Cyprus. Disputed? I think not. Mad? 100%. Hong Kong? 100% resistance. Historical game. Fiji. And we're done. So, United Kingdom. Everyone's happy. Everyone's pleased. Nobody's mad. 100% resistance in Scotland and Northern Ireland. But they're core, so it doesn't matter. Ah, we tried. Definitely not a historical game. Definitely not. And then we have a little browse to the west here. And then we can see, oh, yes, Newfoundland, Labrador, very pissed. Caribbean, very angry. Africa, oh, so red. So angry. Tried to build the resistance here and it didn't go up. I guess it really is inaccessible. Nobody here to get mad, right? Then we have a bunch of islands and more islands. Islands. What's with Britain's obsession with islands? And there we go. Historically accurate game now. But the question you're probably asking now is, what happens from here? Good question. I don't actually know either. We didn't do a test run. Maybe we should have done a test run. Editor, maybe we should have done a test run. Anyway, we'll grab all our armies. We'll move them all here. Convert them all into this dude. And then do the class things in Hoi 4 where you just build stuff. Superior firepower and artillery. The change. Hey, Dave, I hear you like guns. You would think revisit colonial policy. You think that would be the way forward, right? Reinforce the empire. Okay, yeah, I probably should do that one. And as we've been paused, we have the Bahamian Commune and Jamaica and Belize and Guyana and Caribbean. Okay, Federation. Oh, and they all simultaneously choose to rebel. Let's have a look what the map looks like. Oh, hello, decolonization. Hello, darkness, my old friend. This spikes world tension by 34%. Still have control of the unoccupied desert, though. All right, assign a general, send them to Africa. Bernard Montgomery sent to Africa. Very historical game, by the way. All right, send the boys and send them to Africa. Zambia has joined the Axis, and so has Canada. There are now 2 Canadas. Let's call all the Commonwealth into this. Uganda, join the Axis. Mask off, Coney. Bruh. Oh, and we've also got a common ton of Africa as well, and we're now at war with the Soviet Union.
That escalated quickly.
The Battle of Canada. It is Canada versus Canada. Please comment below who you think will win. So, if you're not familiar with the mechanics of resistance and compliance and whatnot, when they reach 90% resistance in all cores, they'll have a rebellion and rise up. Not only does all the land flip to that new nation, but also they gain a bunch of new divisions as well. It seems to vary quite rapidly. We have 1 to 7, 3 to 14, 1 to 3. It looks like it depends on how many states that they get. I have a feeling that naval invasions are going to be on the menu, so let's just grab Marines for the first time in a billion years. And I know a few of you guys come to my videos because you want to see exploits. Well, how is this mechanic exploitable? So if you select no occupation law, no garrison, you can make resistance hit 90% on average for all the states and make them rise up against you. Once they've risen up, you can capitulate them, get all these free magical guns that appeared from nowhere, and then continue your game as normally. You're basically making a few thousand guns appear out of thin air just for you to yoink them. Britain, stealing. Well, I guess this is a historical game. And the divisions they make aren't too bad. They just lost battalions of infantry, so lots and lots of guns. The first casualty, Botswana, has been slayed. And do you know what? I'm invested into the horse. Once upon a time, I said the horse was strong, and horse is definitely strong. Speed, momentum. Hey, it's Hoi 4, so do you know what we do? We embargo the Mediterranean. Just another game. Oh, and they also gain a bunch of convoys as well, so you're going to yoink those as well. Remember, we started with 800 convoys. Ethiopia would like to join the Allies. Do you know what? Welcome aboard. And also, if you are democracy, I'd recommend you go for local autonomy. It's the most OP law of them all. More compliance, less garrisons, less resistance. Overall, it's a steal. Just do it. Oh no, the front line has fallen. Ethiopia is in exile and we gain 39 guns. All this invading of Africa. Am I playing Victoria too? Africa has been liberated. Liberating is an interesting word to use. Time to go for the completely unorthodox strategy of massing bombers. A strategy that shouldn't work, but sadly does. Everyone remember this campaign, the war propaganda campaign that the Brits waged against the Nigerians, and then the British invasion of Nigeria in 1938. This was a part of history they never teach you in history class, right? Oh yeah, and they capitulated now. Rip. Ready then. Pump out those bombers. Time for Lancaster boy. It is time to unleash the bomb. What do we bomb? Do we bomb the Alpine region? Yeah, why not? Strategic bombing. Kill the infrastructure and the ports. And the airports. Off you go. Enhance the range and a bigger engine. Defensive long-range bomber. Pro tip. If you're ever going to do this build, be aware that strategic bombers need a lot of aluminium, a lot of rubber, and a lot of fuel. You've been warned. Go down the path of daytime bombing and also escort efficiency. Poland getting double-timed. Sandwiched Poland. Where is the front line of Poland? Everywhere. The full circumference, every single gap, every single corner. Yeah, you get it. Historical game. Very historical. Very historical. Bombers. Too strong. Not even defending mainland Italy anymore. We're just bombing here, and they're not even stopping us. All the air bases are completely flattened. Welcome back to another edition of ASMR Strategic Bombing as we completely flatten the Italian peninsula. Oh, those numbers. Big numbers. Bombers so strong, not taking a single loss. Well, wait, ignore that one. Ignore that. Bomber count, 2,254 heavy bombers. Wow, look at all those bombers. I've never noticed that before. That looks so freaking cool. What is getting bombed? Everything. Now, bombing's okay because you're damaging a lot of structures inside of the country. But you need to destroy the foundations. And what is the foundations for every building within inside of every country in Hearts of Iron 4? What is it? That's right, it's the civilian factory. This boyo. What we do is tell every single one of our planes to aim directly at civilian factories. And on the side, because there's probably not a lot of targets anymore, let's offer good military factories as well. Let's ground the entire economy to a halt. Speak of upping our bomber game, we have the final bomber, the Lincoln Strategic Bomber 3 of the UK, which will have max. In fact, we'll go for max engine first over max range. Just to get that little bit of an extra defensive advantage. Take it one step extra further. Strategic bombing, infrastructure. Infrastructure damages supply, but also damages the amount of resources that you can pull out of the country. Let's get a spy agency, then we can see the damage we're actually inflicting. The agency is done. Elusive gentleman, and then we'll also go for a localized training center. We have to cancel our import adults first. Aim is German spies all over Germany. Mussolini's country now consists of massive craters left, right, and center, practically everywhere. But their ability to fight wars is still pretty good. You know, it would really be nice in Hearts of Iron 4 if there was some way of ending wars other than total capitulation. That would be nice, Paradox. We've hired Benedict Clumberbatch. Time to get cracking some codes. Righty then. Intel report. Civilian intel. 51% of the military factories are damaged, 41% of the civvies, 0% of naval dockyards. We'll come back to these numbers because they seem to be hopping up and down pretty quickly. So I'm not sure how accurate they are. King Zog is like, yeah, I'm not submitting today. I'm joining the Axis. I've never seen an Albania survive this late. What's going on here? Belgium probing forward. My war contribution, 38%. Max out 1,000 of 1,000 contribution on bombing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Murica has arrived. So this video started from something and then turned into something completely different. So the big question everyone's asking right now is, how effective are these bombers? What are they actually doing? Sure, this number here, percentage damage, doesn't really tell us a great deal. So let's hop out of this and let's hop into Germany. Be right back. Whoa, how did this happen?
You are Adolf Hitler.
And let's have a little look. So if we hop into construction, we have 11 usable civilian factories. Remember, usable. They're currently doing a special project. I don't know what that is. Oh, Invisible Link. It's one of the buffs for intelligence. Okay. And as you can see, they're prioritizing civilian factories to repair, which is a smart thing to do because that's the only way you can keep your economy going. Keep repairing. And then you see a long list of broken things. Oh my God, so many broken military factories down there. They've seemed to deprioritize infrastructure, though. Let's have a look at their resources. The resources, in the most part, have not really taken much of a beating. They seem to be producing at max level for the most part. I guess you have to bomb specific locations otherwise. Maybe the AI prioritized the areas that have got damaged with resources, so that's the reason that never happens. I guess the biggest question is production. Big priority for guns, makes sense, but they've completely forgotten about air. This is something that AI has done multiple times in the past that's never been fixed. When they lose their mills, their primary focus is always raw guns, and they just seem to forget about their air force. So now we have complete air superiority, and they will never, ever get it back unless we stop bombing them. That would be silly. Whoa, we're back. We're now a bulldog. The British bulldog, to be precise. All right, can we end this? Aggressive, go. At the same time, we can move our bombers over, and that'll give us more air superiority. Not a lot, but some. Enemy air superiority reduces their defense by 42%. Can't comprehend 2,000 bombers over the Alps and the destruction they're probably doing. There's probably an avalanche every other day. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's helpful. Maybe we're actually bombing an actual road on our way to where we're going. Use your imagination, boys. Hey, let's go to Burma and bomb Japan. Oh my God. In one day then, we actually bombed 10 factories. They're all veterans too, plus 20% air attack, 30% agility, practically making them immune in the air. They're shooting down a ratio of 5 to 1, 10 to 1. Strong bombers, okay? Very strong bombers. Yay, traffic jams. Fun. Big France. Big Belgium. GG! So what have we learned? When you hit 90% resistance, they rise up and form their own country. And they're not very strong. You can mop them up pretty quickly. If you did have the ability to cause unrest in the British Empire, you probably wouldn't want to because it wouldn't really be helpful anyway. You'd invest too much to get little out of it. And Belgium has Libya, so that's something new. Oh, God. To maximize your PP, don't forget to bell me. You.